Hi everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. So we are going to have some super fun with this little pink and Maine coffee lady. She is just adorbs. So a crafty friend of mine, Jen from Scrapbina Creations, side note, if you are not following her on social media, I hate to say this, but you need to get with it. She is awesome. I love her videos. I love her cards. She is inspiring. She is awesome. So go check her out. I will link her all below if you are not already following her, which I'm sure you probably are. So I stamped out my image and then I took to some Bristol smooth cardstock and I am getting some cracked pistachio all over this. So I made this card themed green, pink, and gray, which I have never really done before, but I don't know why, because they go so well together. So I got my panel here, and then I did some water droplets, and I got a nice little distress look there for that, and put that aside, and we are going to start coloring. So here I put up here to skip the coloring, just go to 350. If you're going to hang out with me for the coloring, I'm just going to blabber on a little bit about the coloring and then some other details. So right here, I am using some Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers, and I'm going to just put some of the darker part of the marker into where I think the shading is, and then pull that out with water. So again, I'm using pink, grays, and greens. My favorite coffee cup in all of the world is a coffee cup that I got from Hawaii. It's a coffee mug. It was handmade. And the guy, I'm going to have to show you all this coffee mug in the next video, but the guy who made it, I talked to him because I bought it from him at a craft kind of show, arts and crafts. He put a little piece of the ceramic and he pushed it up by where the thumb is. So your thumb kind of nestles into this little piece that he added to it. Oh, I just love this coffee cup. It's just so great. It reminds me of my time in Hawaii, and it's beautiful and it's comfortable. And the reason I'm telling you that is because it's green. And so that is why I colored my coffee cup here green. Now I didn't make it nearly as beautiful as he made it, but it was in memory, if you will, of my, or in honor of my coffee cup. So I am coloring her in some more. You can just watch me do that. And yep, so as I'm coloring this, I did speed it up quite a bit because I felt like the coloring obviously takes me 20 years in a day to do some coloring. So the power of technology is just amazing. So you can watch this in super warp speed. So I, right now, literally am in a closet in a hotel room while my kids are sleeping so that I can do this voiceover with you all the way from the DC area. So I'm up here and I'm doing a little bit of house hunting with my family before we move up here, because moving to this area is a little bit overwhelming. There's a plethora of areas we can move to. So we're kind of getting the lay of the land up here this week. And so far, so good. So I will keep you updated. Every time I walk into a new apartment or new house, guess what I'm looking for? That's right, my craft corner. It's awful. I should be looking at the sizes of the bedrooms and the kitchen. Nope, where's my craft table gonna go? Oh, it's awful. Okay, so I am finishing up some coloring here with my girl. You saw me do that. And then I'm gonna cut this down with a Lawn Fawn stitch rectangle die. And I'm going into my tub o' goodies here. This is all pieces I kind of keep left over and I know I'm gonna use one day. So I actually have to get to use, because if not, I make myself a liar. And we can't have that. So I'm pulling out some elements here that I'm going to add to the card. I have some pink pearls, some white pearls, this little mirrored heart that I had in my stash, and this other white heart. I'm going to place that down first flat, and then I've placed down my pearls already, and I'm going to do my sentiment here, which is just add coffee, and it came out super blurry. And so now I'm going to actually take to some black cardstock using some Versamark ink and some white embossing powder. I'm going to actually heat set this sentiment, because I didn't like the way that came out on the paper. I'm using my Fiskars trimmer and I'm going to cut that down to size, but it was still crooked. So now I'm just going to take to some really long scissors from Tim Holtz and make it straight. So now my sentiment is already. And I'm going to pop that up with some foam tape right there on the top. My mirrored heart is going to be popped up with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And then for her, I am actually using 2 layers of 3M foam mounting tape because I really wanted her dimensional. And so I get her all situated. So once that's finished, I'm going to get my card base ready. This is 110. Watch how I fold it. Thank you very much to my subscriber who told me how to fold this. I appreciate you because there is no cracking. So you want to fold away from the indentation. If I'm saying that wrong, just rewatch how I did it. It was the right way. So then I'm placing that down on my card, and on the inside, I'm going to use the other stamp in the set, which is any friend of coffee is a friend of mine. Using 2 more of those coffee cups, I'm going to add those to the sentiments. And then I'm going to do my final touches. Some Nuvo Sparkle Pen on the rollers and the steam, and then also on the slippers. And then a couple places around, like her robe, what is that called? Tie or string, whatever that is. And yeah, and then I said the steam already. So now I'm going to add some Sakura Black Jelly Roll pen to her eyes and also the eyes of the slippers. And then lastly, I'm going to add some glossy accents to the cup to make that nice and shiny. And that will finish up the card. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for crafting with me. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any videos from me. I'll list everything I used below. And you can also find me on other forums such as social media and Facebook. And all that jazz will be listed below. So thank you so much for hanging with me. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.